All right, let's jump right into a topic that honestly trips up countless organizations. We're talking about the critical, and I mean critical, difference between strategy and planning. It sounds so simple, right? But believe me, getting this wrong can have absolutely massive consequences. So let's clear this up once and for all. Wow, this quote, it just gets right to the very heart of the problem, doesn't it? This isn't just about using the right words, it's about a fundamental error in thinking that can leave a company completely exposed. Thinking you have a winning game plan when you're really just ticking boxes on a to-do list, that is a recipe for disaster. And this leads us to what we call the dangerous planning trap. And it really is a trap. It's not just a simple mistake. It's this seductive thing that pulls in smart, well-meaning leaders and teams. It makes them feel super productive, all while they're steering the organization straight towards a cliff. So let's break down how this actually works, because it's like a domino effect. When you mistake planning for strategy, you start wasting money and energy on things that feel busy, but aren't actually helping you win. And all that busyness, it creates this incredibly dangerous, false sense of security. And while your head is down, focusing on your plan, you are completely missing what's happening in the market. You put all that together, and boom, you've lost your ability to actually compete and win. Okay, so to avoid that trap, we have to get crystal clear on what we're even talking about. What really is strategy and what is a plan? They're not the same thing, not even close. And getting this distinction right is the very first step to success. And this, right here, illustrates the core difference perfectly. Strategy is about one thing: winning. It's a long-term view that forces you to wrestle with all the messy uncertainty of the real world. A plan, on the other hand, is about doing. It's a near-term roadmap focused on things you can control: budgets, timelines, tasks. You simply can't plan your way to victory if you don't have a strategy first. Let's dig into a more formal definition. A real business strategy isn't some big, dusty document. It's a set of choices. Just look at those keywords: integrated choices, uniquely positions, and sustainable advantage. It's all about deciding where you're going to play and how you're going to win in a way that your competitors can't just copy. It's about being different on purpose. Now, a business plan, that's the operational roadmap. It's the how that comes after you've figured out the strategic what and why. It's absolutely essential for execution, don't get me wrong, but it is a tool to implement a strategy, not a substitute for one. It's all about control, resources, and hitting those milestones. So this brings us to a major culprit in this whole mess: the term strategic planning itself. It mashes these two totally different ideas together, and when it does, we almost always default to the one that feels safer and more comfortable, which is, you guessed it, planning. Let's explore the psychology of why we're so drawn to this flawed idea. You know, our brains are basically wired to fall into this trap. We love the comfort of planning because we can control it. It's familiar. We get stuck making tiny, incremental improvements instead of taking big, bold leaps. And why? Because real strategy forces us to sail into the stormy seas of market risk and uncertainty. And frankly, that's terrifying. So we retreat to the safety of our detailed plans, creating this illusion of control. Okay, theory is great, but let's see how this plays out in the real world. This case study from the music industry is a perfect and pretty brutal example of what happens when one company just plans and another company actually strategizes. Just look at the difference here. Company A, the planner, they had a beautiful, detailed 5-year roadmap. All their focus was inward on their own metrics and efficiencies. Company B, the strategist, did something much, much harder. They made tough choices about who to target, they completely redefined the game by going digital first, and they had the guts to abandon old products, even when they were still making money. And here is the brutal result for Company A. While they were busy executing their perfect, internally focused plan, the world changed under their feet. All that detailed work led to this: a 35% loss of market share in just 18 months. Their plan wasn't a roadmap to success. It was a roadmap to becoming irrelevant. Meanwhile, Company B, the strategist, saw their bold choices pay off in a huge way by focusing on how to win in the emerging market, not just optimizing for the old one. They got this: a 42% gain in market share. I mean, that is the power of real strategy right there. Man, seeing those numbers side by side really drives the point home, doesn't it? That is the difference between winning and losing. So the big question is, how do we make sure we're Company B and not Company A? Well, the good news is there's a clear way to avoid the planning trap and put strategy back where it belongs. right at the very beginning. I love this analogy. It's so simple, but so powerful. Strategy is about choosing your destination, deciding which island you want to conquer. Planning is the engineering work of actually building the bridge to get there. I mean, you would never, ever start building a bridge without first knowing where it's supposed to go, right? So here's a simple 4-step framework. Number 1, start with strategy. This means your conversation have to begin with the heart positioning choices. Where will you play? How will you win? Not with a long list of activities. 2, embrace uncertainty. You have to accept that you can't control the market or your competitors. Strategy is about making the smartest choices you can in the face of that chaos. 3, sequence properly. This is crucial. Strategy always comes first to set the destination. Then you create the plan to build the bridge. And finally, 4, revisit regularly. Your strategy is not set in stone. It's a living guide that you have to revisit and adapt as the world keeps changing. Okay, so let's bring all this home, because the real test isn't understanding this for a case study, but applying it to your own team, your own department, your own company. And this brings us right back to the most powerful distinction of all. Is your team's energy focused inward on your own activities and budgets? Or is it focused outward on the competition and the tough choices you need to make to win out there? That's the whole ballgame. One is about managing, the other is about winning. So, I'll leave you with this one question to take back with you. Take a really hard, honest look at your latest strategic plan. Is it a set of real, integrated choices designed to give you a unique advantage in the marketplace? Or is it just a detailed list of projects, budgets, and timelines? So ask yourself, are you truly strategizing, or are you just planning? The answer could define your entire future.